Hello everyone, it's me, and today I would love to have a discussion on whether or not Killer is harder to play or Survivor. I've seen these discussions go on TikTok and Twitter, wherever people post their thoughts on, oh, Survivor takes more skill, and then someone replying saying, no, you're fucking moronic, Killer takes more skill, etc., etc. So, we are going to have a discussion. Now, this is subjective, but on a mechanical side of things, it is objective. The answer is Killer is harder to play, not just mechanically, but strategically as well. As Survivor, there are four of you, and there are four times the perks that you can have, and obviously the maps being the way they are, plus your only objective being to repair gens, your objective is not that hard. I think we can all agree. Your objective is to stall the killer as long as you can. Obviously, you have to be good in chase, or else you're going to, your team is going to suffer quite a bit. But other than that, there's nothing really too hard about Survivor compared to Killer. We're gonna go over key points of survivors and key points of killers, and what differs and what makes which side harder. So the first thing is the mechanical part of things, and obviously killer is harder here. You could say that, oh, but looping a killer is harder. That is true because the killer himself does the same thing you do on loops, except he has to do mind games. He also has to be mechanically precise if he's playing a certain killer. He has to predict you well. And on top of that, he has to understand when to counter you, how to counter you if you're using a perk or something, and what to expect from you. So he has to completely read you as a person to be able to fully understand how you're going to act and then win the chase because of that. Some tiles are strong to the point that even if they make a correct play, you're still going to get to the pallet most of the times, unless you make a big blunder and he does a mind game that catches you off guard. So yeah, overall, Killer is mechanically more difficult, but you know, it's not like Survivor takes zero skill. The thing that killers complain about is the fact that you quote unquote hold W the whole match and you hold M1 on a gen, which technically is true, but it's not worded the best it can be worded, that's for sure. It's underplaying survivors, and in general, it does take skill to loop a killer, and it does because you have to essentially read what the person is going to do. If you can read what a person is gonna do, especially if like the killer is not a trapper or anything, then like what you have to read the guy. Like against any other killer, like you could argue against Legion, it's almost the same. But against almost every killer, you have to understand how their power works, and based on that, you can know if you can commit to something or you have to bait it or go a different way. So, on top of having to counter their power, you also have to be very skilled in hugging things tightly, and you have to be skilled at reading the person. So yeah, I'd say Survivor also takes quite a bit of skill, but mechanically, Killer is more. It does take more skill. And now we move on to the other section, which Killer is clearly way more difficult, and that is the strategic part. Now, a killer can catch a survivor, count them, and tunnel them, and not worry about anything in the world and be okay with a 1 or 2k. That is okay. That is not strategic though. I'm speaking about proper plays, proper way of playing the game. If your goal is to fully pressure everyone and do all of that good stuff in order to win the game or try to win the game. So overall, um, Killer is extremely more difficult in that sense compared to Survivor because you have to, from the get go, understand how to play. You need to know, if you're not using lethal, you need to understand where they're going to spawn and take a guess. If you are correct, you need to pressure them properly so you get them off gens because survivors are strongest in the beginning because if they have good RNG, they're going to be all split up and there is almost no way for you to counter that. But if you get as many people away from gens as possible, then you are in a better spot than if you committed to one person. So overall, not just that, but in general, reading the person in chase. Ow, I just banged the shit out of my fucking fingers. Reading the person while in chase, doing all the red stain mind games, all the mind games around loops, and trying to essentially win the chase is very, very difficult on the killer side. And in the grand scheme of things, it is much more difficult because you have four survivors you have to worry about. You need to worry about four survivors while they only need to worry about you. That is the issue here. Not really an issue, but that is the thing. What makes killer even more difficult than a survivor, objectively speaking. Now, some people can disagree and say the survivor takes more skill based on their experience, and that's completely fine. But I think that this is a complete fact. Now, obviously, if you guys disagree, it's why I opened this discussion in the first place. If you guys disagree, you can tell me in the comments below. We can maybe discuss. Obviously, be respectful, because there is no reason to attack a person over an opinion on a video game. But yeah, overall, short video I wanted to make. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was just a discussion opener video before I start streaming. I also want to say that I do stream pretty frequently, so if you hop on my Twitch, you may get lucky, and if you join my Discord server, which is linked in some videos somewhere, I'll link it in this video as well. If you join the Discord server, you will have an announcement each time I start streaming. So yeah, I hope to see you there, and overall, have a great day, and love you all guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.